Yeah, g'day. Today's video is going to be a collaboration with my mate Mel from Sydney Mum Inspired. Mel has a fantastic channel. It is on parenting and homekeeping and all the mum stuff. I would love for you to check it out. She's going to be doing a video about Kiwi slang. Do yourself a favour and go over to her channel and check out her video. I am going to be doing Aussie Slang 101 today. So let me teach you some Aussie slang today. You can see I'm wearing my Kubra for the occasion. So in true teacher fashion today, I'm going to give you a quiz. It's just 6 questions. They're multiple choice and I would love for you to have a go at them. Are you ready? Question 1. Whoop whoop. Is whoop whoop A car race, B, a bird sound, or C, a place far away, isolated? Question 2, cozies. Are cozies A, bugs, B, a swimsuit, or C, your Australian cousins? Question 3, ute. Is a ute A, a flatbed truck, B, an insult, or C, an ideal place, like utopia? Question 4, Burpengary. Is Burpengary A, when you've had too much to eat, B, a place, C, a stationery store? Question 5, servo. Is a servo A, a waiter or waitress, B, a type of restaurant, C, a service station, or in other words, gas station or petrol station? 6, tar. Does tar mean A, thank you, B, goodbye, or C, a fancy house similar to the Taj Mahal? Okay, so I'm going to go through now and tell you the answers, and you can give yourself a score out of 6 and let me know how you went. Okay, question number 1, whoop whoop. Is C, a place far away that's isolated or remote? So my cousin lives in whoop whoop. It's a long way away, somewhere, remote. Question 2, cozies. They are B, they're a swimsuit, and not every state calls them cozies. Some states call them swimmers, some states call them togs, but they're a swimsuit. 3, ute was A, a flatbed truck or a utility. It's short for utility vehicle. 4, Burpengary is a place, it's a town, which was option B, a place. Question 5, servo is C, a service station or a petrol station or a gas station. 6, tar means A, thank you. Add up your scores for me and put in the comments what you got out of 6. I'd love to know what you got. What we've done, Mel and I, is we've thought about some different categories. So we've got some greetings, we've got some place names, we've got some items, we've got some common words or phrases, and some food. Before I get into that though, I wanted to just explain how we treat language here in Australia. Okay, there are some things that we do. We love to joke around all the time and we love to play around with language as well. One thing that we tend to do is rhyme things. So we would get a word and replace it with a word that rhymes with that word. This is more typical of the older generation of Australians, but you'll still see it being used a little bit today. So for example, someone might say, have a Captain Cook at that, which means have a look. They might say, let's have a Paul Keating, which is a meeting. They might say, I'm going to hit the frog and toad, which is hit the road. They might say, you're all on your Pat Malone, which it means you're all on your own. They might say you're on the dog and bone, which is on the telephone. They might call your eyes mud pies, for example. And like I said, that's kind of the older generation who does that more, but it's just kind of a fun thing. I don't know why we do it really. Another thing that we do is we often use opposites, especially for nicknames. So we'll use a word that's opposite to what we really mean. So we call someone tiny who's quite big or tall. We say something's awful, something tastes horrible if it's really, really tasty. Someone who's quite large, we might call them slim. Someone with red hair, we might call bluey. Someone who's tall, we might call shorty. We love to abbreviate everything. I don't know if it's because we're lazy or it's just too hot to be bothered with anything else, but we do abbreviate everything. So we either just shorten the word, or we shorten the word and add O, or we shorten the word and add EY, Y, or IE on the end. So here are some examples. Here are some examples ending in O. The Savo, this afternoon. The Bottle-o, the bottle shop. Milko, the man who delivers the milk. That's a bit old, isn't it? People don't deliver milk anymore. Anyway, the milko, the servo, the relos, the relatives, avo, avocado, ambo, ambulance officer, muso, musician. Here are some ending in IE or Y. Barbie, barbecue. Visavi, this afternoon. Yui, make a U-turn. Uggies, Ugg boots. Goldie, Gold Coast. Bicky, biscuit or cookie. Brizzy, Brisbane. Brisbane sometimes is called Bris Vegas as well. Brekkie, breakfast. Veggie, vegetarian. And you've probably heard me, if you watch my videos, refer to McDonald's as Macca's. Also Sunnies, sunglasses. Chrissy, Christmas. Budgie, budgerigar. Prezzy, present. Woolies is a shop here, a grocery store. It's called Woolworths, but we call it Woolies. So you quite possibly could get some sunnies for a Chrissy Prezzy, which is receiving sunglasses for a Christmas present. We love to give nicknames, and that often follows the same rules, like opposites or adding O, shortening the word and adding O or IE or Y onto the end. So you've got Steve-O, Gazza, Shazza. We love to borrow from TV shows and films and things that have become part of popular culture, like even television commercials, especially those that are very Australian. You know, films like The Castle and shows like Kath and Kim and stuff like that. We often borrow phrases or words that have sort of developed from those and add them into everyday language. Like from The Castle, how much is he asking? Tell him he's dreaming. That's going straight to the pool room. You could sell that. What do you call this, doll? Things like that we add into our everyday language. So I'm going to go through the categories that Mel and I sort of put together in this collaboration, and I'm going to start with greetings. So I mean, obviously we use the normal English greetings that people around the world use, like hi, hello, morning, when we see each other, but we do say g'day as well. Probably not as much as people think, and it depends on where you live as well as to how often you will say it or hear it being said. But yeah, g'day is still used, but it's only at the start. It's generally not a goodbye salutation, which is odd because you would think that you would want to wish somebody to have a good day as you depart, but it's the beginning, it's the opener. Oftentimes you might say, how you going? As a greeting. It's not actually an inquiry, it's not actually a question. It's a greeting. I know it's a bit confusing, especially out west. You'll pass somebody on the street and you'll say, how you going? And they'll say the same, and there are no answers. You just keep walking, or you stop and have a chat, but there are no answers. It's not, oh yeah, well, thanks, or whatever, or good, thanks. It's just, how you going? Okay, so some weird place names. Because of our Aboriginal heritage here, we have a lot of Aboriginal place names that come from the Aboriginal languages. There's not just one language called Aboriginal. There were several different Aboriginal countries, and they all had their own sort of dialect or language, and so place names often are derived from those words. They sound strange to foreigners because they're not used to those sort of sounds. So here are some for you. Woolloomooloo, Wagga Wagga, Mooloolaba, Gunnedah, Coonabarabran, Burpengary, Dunedoo. And there are so many more, but I didn't want to make this video too long, so there are some weird place names for you. Here are some items that we have. We have eskies, which are a cooler bin. We have milk bars, which are corner stores or convenience stores. We have thongs. I know that always stumps people, but thongs are... I'll show you thongs. I've got a pair here on my feet. Hang on. These are thongs. They're very popular. We wear them a lot. So like I said before, swimsuits can be referred to as swimmers, bathers, cozies or togs, depending on what state you live in. Quilt is a doona, and a flatbed truck is a ute, like I said before. Some common words or phrases. Yes, we do say mate, not all the time, and depending on whereabouts in Australia you are, you will hear it used more often. Dead set. If something's dead set, it's true or the truth. If you're talking to a bloke, a man, you will often use the word mate, and sometimes too when you're talking to a female you'll use mate. If you're talking to a child you'll use mate. An old-fashioned word for girl is Sheila, so you had blokes and Sheilas, but Sheila's not really used that much anymore. I think it became a little bit derogatory, but now you would more likely hear women calling each other dal. Yeah, nah. I don't know if you've heard of yeah, nah. It's kind of when you're answering a question and the answer you want to say is no, you say yeah, nah. So yeah, nah is a thing. It means no usually. We have beauty bonza, chockers. If something is really, really full, a place is full, or there's a lot of something, it's chockers. She'll be right, you'll hear a lot, or it'll be right. It means don't worry about it, everything's going to be fine. It will work out in the end. We have iffy, if something's uncertain or a bit, iffy, a bit strange, or you're not quite sure about it, it's iffy. We have whiffy, which is something that's going rotten or a bit pongy, like stinky. It smells in a bad way if it's whiffy. Dodgy, if something is not quite legitimate, or you're a bit suspicious about it, it's dodgy. And you might even have a dodgy uncle. Or you might go to a company that you refer to as the Dodgy Brothers because the work that they did was not satisfactory. So it's the Dodgy Brothers. Back-a-Burk is a place that's a far away place, a little bit like Whoop Whoop, except this just focuses more on the fact that it's a long way away, because Burke is a town in Western New South Wales and it's a long way away. So if it's at the back of Burke, obviously it's even further away than a long way away. If you call someone a galah, they're a bit silly. We have birds here that are called galahs. They're a type of parrot, I guess. What else have I got here? Oh, if someone's not very clever, they might be referred to as not being the full quid or being a few sandwiches short of a picnic. Have you heard this phrase? It's flat out like a lizard drinking. If someone asks you how you're going and you feel like they actually do want an answer, you might say, flat out like a lizard drinking. And that means that you're very busy. You've been flat out busy, Some food that we like to eat, well, I'm a bit different because I'm vegetarian, so I'm veggie. Okay, so one thing we share with New Zealand is we both have pavlovas, and we kind of argue about where they started. Pavlova is delicious, and it's a dessert. It's usually a summertime thing, and often it's served at Christmas. So it's a meringue. It's a big meringue. I've got to show you with my hands. It's a big meringue. And inside it, so it goes around in a big oval or circular shape, and inside it, like in the middle, is whipped cream, and then lots of different fruit, like you could have passion fruit, berries, maybe even a little bit of drizzly, syrupy stuff, and some icing sugar. It's really yummy because it's crunchy on the outside, like a meringue, because it's meringue, crunchy on the outside and nice and soft on the inside. Another popular Christmas dessert is trifle or Christmas pudding, which I guess is from the English influence. They're basically the big three Christmas desserts that we'll have here. We also have lamingtons. Lamingtons are a cake. They're cut into small pieces, but they're a sponge cake. And then the pieces individually are covered in runny chocolate, and then they're tossed in coconut, desiccated coconut. They're really yummy. Sometimes you can get ones that are filled with jam as well. Sanger is a sandwich. We do have a lot of sandwiches. Oh, well, there are lots of Aussie biscuits and lollies that we love. Oh, I didn't talk about lollies. Lollies are sweets, candy. We also like our meat pies, which is, you might not know what a meat pie is. It's a pie of meat. It's about that big. And it's just pastry and meat inside, and you put tomato sauce on top. Oh, tomato sauce. We have tomato sauce, which I think is the same as ketchup in the US, and it's made of tomatoes, so it's called tomato sauce. And I think any American viewers, I think you guys call your tomato sauce, I think, is our pasta sauce. Come here, come. Look who came to visit. Hey, Blazy, fluff ball. Hey. Look in the camera. Yeah, look there. It's my dog Blaze. Hey boy. Blaze is a Kafoople. He's a cross between a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel and a poodle. I think in other countries they call them Cavapoos, which to us sounds hilarious because we all know what poo is. Okay, I'm going to hop down now. Okay, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up so that I know that you liked it. Don't forget to put your score down below in the comments. I'd love to know what you got for my little quiz. Make sure that you pop over to my mate Mel's channel. It is called Sydney Mum Inspired, and check out her Kiwi Slang 101 video. And if you have any more questions about Aussie slang and Aussie words, then put it in the comments and maybe I'll make an Aussie Slang 102 video, who knows. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you want to see more videos from me. And apart from that, I'll see you later, mate. We like to borrow from films and TV shows. Especially. Start again. We love to borrow from films and TV shows and things, phrases that have come as Scratch that. Edit it out. Do you like my Akubra? It's actually my friend's Akubra. Pretty cool.